everyone, Kristi back here. Welcome to my kitchen counter. I am super excited to be your consultant this week. I hope you're having fun already in the party. Keep engaging, keep interacting, because you're earning entries into that final party prize giveaway that'll happen when we wrap up. And here's the thing, I'm super excited. This kind of reminds me of the days of the cooking party. So sit back, relax, maybe go grab a drink. But as I go along, I hope I don't start talking too fast, but if you have any questions, be sure to comment below because I'll be sure to answer those as we go along. So today I'm going to share with you 3 amazing power tools that we use often here at my house. I also want to show you one of my favorite pieces of cookware, and I'm going to talk to you about a lot of great tools that can save time. So as we're starting off, comment and let me know. Do you love to cook? Do you hate to cook? Do you just have to cook? What we're going to do tonight is we're going to make a recipe called salsa chicken, and this can be really, it's not a specific, you don't have to have exactly these ingredients. It's a Mexican type of recipe that we're gonna do in our quick cooker. And the quick cooker is the Pampered Chef's version of the electric pressure cooker. So the benefit to cooking with pressure is it's a lot faster. So you're gonna retain nutrients. My chicken, I have to admit, is still a little on the frozen side. I should have taken it out of the freezer yesterday instead of this morning. So the best thing about the quick cooker is if you find yourself in that situation, it's not like dinner is lost. You can totally get it done in the quick cooker, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna do, I'm gonna share a little bit about the quick cooker and what sets it apart from other pressure cookers on the market. I have never owned another pressure cooker before I got this one. So here's what I've heard. And one of my best, most favorite safety tips is when you're cooking with pressure, it's high heat. It's very high heat. So when you release that steam, that's hot. And the steam releases on ours right here. And this is the button you push. So look, it's like a good 2 or 3 inches apart. I've heard stories about some of the other ones where the releasing handle is right next to where that hot steam comes out. Ouch. So with this, we have a stainless steel inner pot. It's a 6-quart, very standard. You want to make sure that you have your silicone ring inside because that's going to be what helps to contain that pressure and helps it to build pressure quicker. And look at the room between the pot and the edge. Makes for very easy cleanup. I've heard stories about other ones where it's kind of hard to really get in and get those things clean. So the other thing I want to point out on ours is there's definitely a custom feature. So you can do any kind of time that you want, but there's also 14 pre-programmed settings. 14. So you can do a sear, which we're going to start with. You can do a steam, a slow cooker, a proofing setting. So if you are a baker and you want to proof your breads or your cinnamon rolls, those kind of things, you can do that. There's chicken, pork, beef, fish and seafood, soup and stock, beans, chili, and a dessert setting. And then of course you got your rice, brown and white, and your whole grains. So you can do so much with this. So I'm just gonna get over here to the sear first. I'm not gonna necessarily start it yet. I do wanna just show you, if you're looking for a scale, this kitchen scale, first of all, look how streamlined it is. It just fits right next to my coffee pot over there. And then you can turn it on and you can change the units from grams to ounces to pounds. So I needed about 2 pounds of chicken. So I put my glass container on and then I hit the tare button, and that tare button brings it back to 0. So as I was adding my chicken, I could see when I got the full 2 pounds. So that makes it very nice when you're measuring meats, or if you want to buy in bulk and then separate them out into 1 pound packages or 1.5 pound packages. The scale is great for that. Or if you want to measure your dry ingredients for those of you that bake, or anyway, it's very handy. So let me go ahead. First, what we're going to do is we're going to slice up an onion, just a yellow onion. Here's the tip. If you're not using the whole onion, leave this end off. Most people cut both ends off just because, you know, probably their mom did it and that's what they do. But when you cut this end off, that's what releases all those juices of the onion, making it very, very hard to keep your tears in, right? So this is our simple slicer. Has a slicing blade with 3 different settings, and the locking setting makes it safe. So when I have it on this setting when I'm storing it or putting it in the dishwasher. And then it does come with a food holder. Now, with this, for fajita style, I'm going to use the setting number 3. And I'm gonna put this in here. And I'm just gonna take and go to town. Whoop. Just slicing away. And you can use this for tomatoes, onion. You can use it for bell pepper even. I'm not gonna use this for the bell pepper today, but you can fill this little area up. Let me see if I can get another slice or 2 out of there. The nice thing about this is that food holder is pressing that food down to the very last bit. So I can just throw this away and that root end is still there, right? So there's your trash. I'm just gonna put that up here. This is all top rack dishwasher safe. I'm gonna go ahead and lock it now that I'm done. You can put baby carrots in here. You could stick baby carrots on there, and you can slice those up. Tip for baby carrots, if you wanna just make them very, very thin and put them in your spaghetti sauce, there's some sweetness to carrots that can help offset some of the acid in tomato sauce. So that could help if you have somebody in your family that it's hard for them to process those red sauces. So let me put this in the sink. That is called our simple slicer. Now I'm just gonna take these and I'm going to cut those in half because these are gonna be my slices of onion for my fajitas. So let me go ahead and start this up. I'm gonna get that hot. Pour a little bit of olive oil in and let that get hot, because what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna get my vegetables a little sauteed first and then add our chicken and get that quick cooker going. Now, here's a little tip if you're doing bell peppers. A lot of times, again, people tend to cut the top off of the bell pepper, and you know what happens there? When you cut the top off the bell pepper, those seeds just go everywhere. But if you saw what I just did, let me grab that little piece of bell pepper because you don't want to waste any of this good pepper. Did you know all bell peppers start off green, and the longer they're on the vine, they'll eventually turn to red? That's why the yellow, orange, and red are more expensive than those green ones, because there's more green ones. But when you do this, all the seeds are contained in there. So I'm going to actually do it again with my yellow bell pepper. There's also more nutrients in those colored bell peppers than the green ones too. And I'm kind of losing the specifics. I have to look that up again. But who likes bell peppers? Anybody like bell peppers? Comment if you're a bell pepper family, because here's the beautiful thing about this. If you don't like bell peppers, you don't have to put them in, right? I have one of my sons, they have 4 boys, and one of them loves bell pepper. Like from the time he was little, now he's big, but he always loved bell peppers. So this is our quick slice. I love this because it has 10 different blades. The center one is the lowest one down. Each blade is serrated. So it's a very, very quick way to get some slices done. I'm gonna make kind of some shorter slices. So I'm just gonna take these. These are gonna be my bell pepper slices for my fajitas, right? Now, let's say I was wanting to, I don't know, slice or dice a tomato. I could take and slice it, then I could turn it the other way and get a dice out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and just do 2 of these at a time. What else can you do? Anybody have the quick slice? If you have the quick slice, comment, let us know. And if you have the quick slice, comment, let us know you have it and let us know what you use it for. And then in a minute, I'll share some more ideas too. This is kind of like, does anybody have the egg slicer? We still have the egg slicer too. The egg slicer is great for eggs and strawberries and mushrooms, right? But you couldn't do bell pepper or things like that on that egg slicer. But I just mentioned strawberries and mushrooms. You can totally do those here on the quick slice as well. And the cool thing about that is you could put 4 or 5 of them on here at once. So it's super quick. And of course, this is also dishwasher safe. So I'm a fan when something's easy to use, and even more of a fan when it's easy to clean up. So that is our quick slice. I'm gonna put this in my sink. All right, so now this oil is getting nice and hot. We're gonna talk garlic here. So garlic, we're gonna use this on a couple of recipes today. When you're going to buy garlic, this is a bulb of garlic. Inside the bulb of garlic is lots of cloves. So when a recipe calls for a clove of garlic, you put this in, not this. And I say that because I've had people tell me they didn't like garlic, and then as you talk to them a little bit longer, they put this in as a clove. That would be a lot. Now, when you're picking out your garlic, think tighty-whitey. You want it to be tight and you want it to be white. You don't want little green things growing. I also like to buy the bulk garlic like this. The ones that are really cleaned up on the top, that are smaller, that come in like the little boxes with the cellophane or in the little net bags, those usually come from further away, many times out of the country. So fresher is better. So tighty-whitey, and get the ones in the bulk garlic. Now, when you're talking cloves of garlic, a lot of people don't like to use the cloves because they have to peel them and it takes a little while. But when you have the right garlic press, there's a little cleaning tool that fits right here in the handle. You put the peel and all in. Do you hear that sizzle? The hammer presses the meat of the garlic right through the peel. And the peel is either right here, I'm just gonna put that over, or sometimes it's stuck in the well. And again, that cleaning tool, great for getting the peel off, or the garlic out, but then you can also use it to pull the peel out of the well. Now, this recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic. I'm putting 3, because I usually put an extra one in because, you know, I guess you can have too much garlic when you put the whole bulb in, but an extra garlic clove is always good. Okay, so now I'm just gonna pour this in. And then I'm gonna let these saute a bit. And then I wanna chat a little bit about our pantry line. Comment if you have any of our pantry products and let us know which ones are your favorite, okay? So, I can tell you some of my favorite. Our family loves roasted veggies, asparagus, things like that. I'll be using the air fryer here in a minute, and we'll talk about all the things you can do there. But when we are doing our veggies, we like the bell pepper herb. There is a seasoning salt that is amazing. That's one of our newer ones. That's one of my husband's favorites. And that's good on meat, vegetables, anything. And I'm using our Southwest seasoning. This has been in the line for a long time, y'all. Anybody have our Southwest? You can actually make your own taco seasoning out of this as well. I'm also gonna add a little bit of chili lime. This one's got a little bit more of a kick. I'm not gonna use quite as much of it, but we have rubs and seasonings, Italian, Jamaican jerk, chipotle. We have a Greek, a lemon pepper. We have a Dijon mustard. So many good ones. I'm gonna take and add a little bit of our seasoning to our chicken too. And then here's the other thing with pressure cooking. You need to have liquid in there. You need enough liquid to build that pressure to be able to cook quickly, okay? So let me get our tongs, put this in here, and then our liquid for our salsa chicken is salsa. So it's a great way to add liquid and flavor along the way. And you really just need a cup of your liquid, okay? There's also a fill line here. I'm gonna move this and this over to my sink. I'll be right back. Okay, so you hear that sizzle? It looks good. It's smelling good too. I wish you guys could smell this. Okay, let me put this right here. I'm going to use our Easy Read measuring cup. This is the 1 cup size. We have a 2 cup and a 4 cup. And then I don't know if y'all noticed the little one I used for my oil, but this is a 4 tablespoons. So it's nice if you just need a couple of tablespoons of something, you can use that. Okay, so let me pour this right over top. This is going to be the perfect amount of liquid that we need. And then we're going to Move this over here. I'll need that in a minute. I'm gonna move this over here. And I'm gonna just take and put this lid on. I'm gonna take my sear off because I'm done searing. And then I'm gonna go all the way over here to the chicken. And then I'm gonna press the start button. Now, it shows 15 minutes when I first went over to the chicken. Here's something else about pressure cooking. It's gonna take maybe 5 to 10 minutes to build pressure. It's kind of like preheating your oven if you've never cooked with a pressure cooker before. So this is like we're preheating the oven. When those little rectangular dashes are going, it's telling you that it's building pressure. And then once it's under pressure, you're gonna have this little red indicator that pops up. So I'll show you that in a minute. But in the meantime, because this could take about 10 minutes and then there's 15 minutes. So this should be done about the time we're ready. So I'm gonna definitely let you guys see the final result. So I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna bring down our little dessert because what we're doing, I don't think I even mentioned this at the beginning. Obviously we're making fixins for fajitas in our quick cooker. What else can you do in the quick cooker? You can do soups and chilies. We talked about that. I've put 2 racks of ribs in here before. So good. Tender, juicy, falling off the bone. When I do ribs, I like to put them on my large black rock crop grill stone and then put them under the broiler for a little bit just to kind of crisp them up. So good. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make some desserts. I'm gonna bring my air fryer over here and I'm gonna show you this. Hopefully, I may have to move my air fryer back over there. I'm not sure if we can have 2 of these little appliances going in the same outlet. I don't know. So these are gonna be, I should have mentioned this too. All of our appliances, so the quick cooker comes with a little recipe book, and so does our air fryer, which is great. Not only does it give you recipes, we're gonna make some little hand pies now, but the beginning at the top, and this is the same with the quick cooker too, tells you like a little chart, like here's your frozen foods, and here's your fresh foods. You know, like if you were gonna do little mini egg rolls or mozzarella sticks or potato rounds, it tells you pizza rolls, roasted vegetables. So it has all those little guidelines in a little chart at the front, and then all kinds of great recipes in here. So let me get my pie crust. Now, you know what I forgot to mention at the beginning too? As I'm using a product, if you have it and love it, comment. Let me know you have it and you love it. Let everybody know. If you see a product and you're like, oh my gosh, I love it, I want it, let us know that too. So this is our pastry mat. Love this when you are doing some baking or needing to roll some dough out. And I'm just gonna take, it says to put some flour, but I used powdered sugar because I had some powdered sugar in my little shaker. I have multiple shakers. I have one that has powdered sugar, one that has cinnamon sugar. I have one somewhere that has flour in it too. Does anybody have any of our flour sugar shakers? This is the cinnamon sugar one. So these will bake for about 15 minutes too. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and get these in the air fryer just so you can kind of see how that air fryer goes. This is our baker's roller. It's nice just to be able to get your dough nice and even. And then I'm gonna use one of our biscuit cutters. This is the 3-inch biscuit cutter. And I'm just gonna cut 6. Now, the recipe says to cut 8, but y'all, I've done these several times and I can never get my dough big enough to get 8. So I figure there's 6 of us in our family and only 4 of us that live here now. So we'll be good with just 6. Or you know what I could do is just take the extra dough, which I have the extra dough from the first ones over here in a bowl. And I guess you could roll that out and make more too. So what we're doing is some hand pies. You could do any kind of filling. What I have is I have what the recipe calls for. This is just, I think it was quarter cup of blueberry jam and half a cup of fresh blueberries. And I could have made my own jam in the blender back there, but I didn't have time yesterday to do that, so I bought some. But let me just tell you, I have made jam in that blender. Oh, so good. We make peanut butter in our blender too, which is awesome. But, okay, I think I didn't leave myself enough fresh berries for that last one, so I may have to borrow one. But anybody have an air fryer? Who has an air fryer? And it may or may not be Pampered Chef's. Again, just like the quick cooker, I never had an air fryer before the Pampered Chef one, which I'm fine with. I love the Pampered Chef one. And I will say, I've had people tell me they wish they had this one. I have had people tell me they sold their other one, or they gave their other one to like the kid that was moving out. So, oh shoot. I put too many. Okay, here we go. You know, we'll just say Pampered Chef, not Perfect Chef, because look at me, I filled too many. So this is gonna be probably overfull, but there we go. Bonus for whoever gets this one. Okay, so what I have, I wanna just show you. I'm gonna plug this in because I want you to see the lighted part. There, first of all, are 6 different pre-programmed settings. So this is kind of like that easy bake oven that you maybe wanted as a kid and never got, like me. I don't know that I necessarily wanted the easy bake oven. I just wanted the cakes and stuff that came from the easy bake oven. But anyway, this does so much more than just air fry. Although it does air fry, y'all, it's like a convection oven sitting on your counter. And when we talked about the oven preheating, you don't have to preheat on this at all. You just put it on to bake and set that timing. Okay, I'm making a little mess here because I overfilled that. So here we go. We're just taking, but inside you can see there are 2 different racks that come with it. There's also a drip pan. Now the settings are air fry, bake, roast, reheat, rotisserie, and dehydrate. Yes, I've made my own beef jerky and everything. It does take a while. I did learn and come to understand why beef jerky is kind of expensive, because it takes a while. But it was very good when you make your own, I'll tell you that. So I'm just gonna cut these, and I'm gonna take, this is one of the racks. I already have one of the racks done. It says to oil the pan. What I do is I have some coconut oil here. So when I am doing something with sweet, I don't wanna, spray or brush it with olive oil on little hand pies. So I'm just brushing the tray with coconut oil. And then I'm gonna take each of the pies and put them here. Ooh, that's a big one. And then I'm gonna take the other tray out because I'm gonna put an egg wash on this. So I just broke an egg into one of our little pretzels. Who has the pretzels? They come in 3 different sizes. So there's a 1 cup, a 2 cup, and a 3 cup. The 1 cup comes in a set of 6, and the 2 cup and the 3 cup come in a set of 2, okay? So this is just gonna give it a nice shiny coat and kind of give it that little crispness once it bakes. These will come out looking beautiful. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon sugar on, and then we'll get that in there and going. So, what kind of things do we do in our air fryer? We do a lot. We have made our own chicken nuggets, and we've also really enjoyed those frozen chicken nuggets. We like the ones from Costco. Those are our favorite, but they really almost taste better when they're air fried and not put in the oven. And you eat them a lot faster because it basically takes, what is it, Paul, like 10 or 12 minutes for 2 really full trays of chicken nuggets. And that takes as long, it takes basically as long to cook them in the air fryer as it takes your oven to preheat. So there's a little bonus for you. Okay, so let me put these in, and then we're gonna turn it to bake. And I'm gonna push that button. And it is, let me make sure it's 15 minutes. Oh, it says to turn it to 14 minutes. So there we go. So I'm gonna scoot this back a little bit. Now this little pressure indicator on our quick cooker came up, so we are good to go there. I'm gonna move this over to my sink, and I'll be right back. I need the garlic press for a minute. Let's talk about blender. So comment, let me know what sounds good to you. We've done things like roasted vegetables in here. We've made our own chicken nuggets. We have done a rotisserie. We did the rotisserie, a pork roast, which was really good. And I should mention that the air fryer comes with a basket that looks like this that you can use for tater tots, french fries. This is great. This goes on the rotisserie spit. It also comes with a rotisserie spit like that for your whole chicken, whole fryer chicken, your pork roast. You can put a whole head of cauliflower in there. And then this releasing tool is great to help get things in and out of the oven. So these three pieces come with your air fryer along with that air fryer cookbook. So that's pretty sweet as well. Okay, so let me put this up. Seems like there was, you know what, let me talk blender here for a second. What I have in my blender right here, I'm just gonna pulse this to get it nice and stirred up. Y'all, I made a nacho cheese sauce right here, and it's still warm. And it did take about 45 minutes or so, but it's literally milk and some seasonings. I put a jalapeno, some garlic in there. You make a roux, which a roux is basically a thickening agent. It's butter and flour, and you melt that. That's an add-in. And then I just cubed up, I used our crinkle cutter to cube up cheese. And then after the sauce is done, you add that cheese in there to puree it. So let me just show you. And you can see, I don't know if y'all can see the steam. Does anybody have our blender? Our blender is pretty amazing. But look at that cheese sauce. Oh, I'm gonna have to pour this out again, or get another bowl. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, what have I done with my blender? First of all, y'all, this is a cooking blender. It doesn't just heat up with friction. It cooks with heat. There's a thermostat in that base, right? So this thermostat, I'm knocking my decorations down. This thermostat heats up to 220, I think is the highest. But there are 8 pre-programmed settings, and 2 of them are patent pending with Pampered Chef, the sauce and the jam. So I told you how I make my own peanut butter. That's the grind setting. I make my own jam. This is the sauce, excuse me, the sauce setting. We make soups quite a bit. Tomato basil is our favorite. There is a broccoli cheddar that's amazing. It's like that Panera where it's so smooth and creamy. If you like a little chunk, you'll want to just steam up some extra broccoli and stir it in at the end. But this is amazing. I used to think blenders were just for smoothies and margaritas, right? And this does so much more. It is a glass pitcher. One of my favorite settings is heated wash. Heated wash. 2 cups of water and a couple drops of soap. And once I get this empty, I will clean it up. So I'll post another video so you can see that in action. Because again, like I said earlier, when a product's easy to use, it's good. When a product is easy to use and clean up, it gets even better, right? So let me move this back over here. And now we are going to make a recipe that is called Mexican sweet potato rice. It's kind of, it's a delicious side dish. I think it's kind of my new favorite side dish, just all together. We made it last week, and it had been a while since I made it. I used to make this at cooking shows all the time. And then I kind of got away from doing cooking shows, right? And we made it for the first time last week, and it was so good. So good on your tacos, in your burrito, and just in a bowl, okay? So this is our Veggie Spiralizer. I love how it has that feature that helps keeps gravity on your side. Anybody have the Veggie Spiralizer or a Veggie Spiralizer? I know some of them on the market are horizontal. It's kind of a pain. I've seen my friends try to work with that. But it has a ribbon blade on the base, and then it's got an extra blade that stores right here in this blade guard or blade guide. I like to keep it on here this small blade has a spaghetti blade or a fettuccine blade. So we're gonna use the spaghetti today because we're gonna make a sweet potato rice using our spiralizer. So let me just show you what happens here. I'm just gonna push that down. And if you notice, there's some little spiky teeth right there. That's gonna hold whatever vegetable you're spiralizing. I like to use the English cucumbers too. I've had people do onions. It's been a while since I've done an onion. But you can see you have this nice spaghetti-like sweet potato. My son, I had done some of these ahead of time. I just had the 1/2 left, but it's super easy. All the pieces are dishwasher safe. Even that little blade, I just hooked on one of my racks in my dishwasher, and it just washes right up so easy, and easy to store as well. And just like that. Now, I will say, if it's been a little while since you've been to Pampered Chef Party, or you've seen our line, or maybe you've been following and you've seen some things and your list is kind of long, you may consider hosting a party of your own, right? Do it totally online, a lot of different options. I'm gonna use our chef's knife. This is one of the pieces of our forged cutlery, tip to tail, same piece of German steel. That's called a full tang handle. And a little tip for you, see that little round piece there? Stick your thumb on that round piece and then wrap your hand around. That's gonna give you better control. And all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take these long strips. I'm just gonna use a rocking motion to kind of get that a little more rice size, right? Okay, so what's caught your eye? What are you guys most excited about? Okay, I do hear my little beeper on my air fryer. So here's what happens. We have 2 racks in there. So halfway through cook time, it beeps to let me know it's time for me to switch racks. So I will grab out my mini oven mitts. I'm gonna just switch the racks. I put a lot of cinnamon sugar on there. Look at that. And then I'm just gonna shut it back and it picks right back up. These mini oven mitts are fantastic, especially for the air fryer or for the oven. We also have our little microwave grips as well, which I use for the air fryer too, okay? So just like that. Now we have a Santoku knife too. That's a great piece, one of my favorites. It's more, you'll use more of a sawing motion with your Santoku knife, whereas the chef's knife, again, you'll use a rocking motion. Anybody have any of our cutlery pieces? Okay, so I'm gonna put this over to our other mat, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about our cookware. So, did y'all realize that there is a cookware shortage worldwide with this pandemic that we all just experienced, right? This is one of our pieces of our stainless non-stick collection. Stainless steel all around the outside. On the inside, it's got this nice, almost like a mesh non-stick coating. So if you're cooking up some bacon or browning up some chicken or pork chops or something, this is gonna be the perfect pan to be easy to clean up, but also it's going to create that, or collect the fond, so it's called, so you can make a great pan sauce. And notice there are no rivets right there. That's where a lot of the kind of excess gunk or food gets stuck and hard to clean. All of our cookware does come with the look and see lids, which are amazing. So I'm gonna kind of pull you over on this way to get this heated up. I'm gonna get this heated up because I'm gonna add a little more olive oil to our cup. About a tablespoon on this one. And I need to get some veggie broth out. So what we're gonna do here, while that's heating up, let me see if you can see this. Can you see this? I may have to just pull you around the other way at this point. But this is a can of beans that has a pull tab, you can see. But when my kids were little, they would get those mandarin oranges with the pull tabs and they would cut themselves and sharp edges everywhere. Love our can opener. You can take even a can with a pull tab, and you can open it with a smooth edge can opener, and then you're not gonna have any sharp edges anywhere. Y'all, I kind of feel bad because I said it's gonna be 30 minutes and it's 35 already. I promise, another 5 minutes and we'll have this all coming together, all right? So all I'm gonna do here, smooth edges on the lid, smooth edges on the can. I'm just gonna drain my can right here. And I'm going to take, since I'm not at my sink, I'm going to just rinse. Now this is our little easy read measuring colander, y'all. I have a couple of these. I have some berries sitting on my, on the side of my sink with just blueberries that I rinsed off with that. It is perfect. Grab my veggie broth out here. And I'm just gonna take, just need about a half a cup, because what we're gonna do now is just get a lot of fixins in here with these sweet potatoes. So good. Let me grab. All right, so I'm gonna get this heated up. We're gonna press some garlic out. Share with me, do you guys have like a go-to dinner? Tacos tends to be ours. We do it at least once a week on Tuesday, right? Taco Tuesday. What are some go-tos that you all do at your house? What are some go-to recipes? Maybe that are simple and easy to throw together. Something that you like to do because nobody complains about it. Now, one thing, this is our 12-inch skillet. We have a 10-inch like this as well. And we also have a wok. Now, the wok is also a 12-inch, but it's just deeper. So perfect for those stir fries and things, okay? So let me see here. I'm gonna make sure, because here's what happens, y'all. Sometimes I forget to put things in here. So I got the garlic. Look at, this is just 2 medium-sized sweet potatoes that I spiralized. Now you see why I only did half of one in front of y'all. And this will cook down a little bit too. So let me grab one of these. This will cook down a little bit. So we've got our garlic. I'm gonna add our beans here once we get this cooked up. I'm also gonna take and add some fresh lime juice. So I'm gonna just cut this lime in half with our sweet potato covered knife. And I'm gonna use our citrus press. So the citrus press, love this. We do have a juicer too, or maybe we don't. I can't even remember. I don't even use my juicer because this is basically my juicer. Watch what happens. Take the cut side down and then press. Take the cut side down, press, and it basically turns that inside out. Now there aren't any seeds with limes, but when you're doing lemons, this also helps to catch the lemon seeds, because if there's seeds in there, you don't want those in your recipe. And just like that, you've got the juice of a lime. This is perfect also for your guacamole. Make fresh guacamole. I always laugh and say, lime juice doesn't come in a plastic container, right? And when you have the lime or the citrus press, it's super easy to get that goodness in there. So we've got our garlic. I need a little salt and pepper. Did y'all see our salt and pepper mill or grinder set? Isn't it pretty? And let me just tell you, when you're adding a little salt and you need to fill it up, you just unscrew and fill it up. No rod in the center there, okay? Oh shoot. And then I'm gonna add a little pepper as well and get that mixed up. Now let's talk enrichables. I'm gonna move you back over here for a minute just because I'm hearing some beeping. And I need to get these sweet potatoes kind of cooking up. And then while I do that, I'm gonna show you our herb stripper. And what I have in here is just some cilantro. And the herb stripper, ooh, can you guys see this? No, you can't. Okay, let me move this over. The quick cooker is down to 1 minute. So let's see if I can push you over. It's down to 1 minute. And then what happens is when it gets to that 1 minute mark, it'll start automatically warming, which is a natural release. And then we'll do that full power release. But the herb stripper, you see how it has different size holes? This large one is perfect for kale, but one of the smaller ones is perfect for the cilantro. And you can just pull that stem, pull that stem right through, and the leaves just come off. And you don't have to worry about having the stems in. I know some people, oh, I just cut them up. But there's a little something to that. I'd rather just not have the stems in there and just have my leaves. So then I'm gonna take our citrus, or our professional shears, and just chop them up. We do have an herb mill that's great. On this particular recipe with the sweet potatoes, I don't get them quite as small as the herb mill will get your herbs, but that is a great one too if you do a lot of cooking with fresh herbs. But that's what I'm gonna use in here. So let's see, salt, juice of lemon, cilantro, oh, corn. So I forgot my corn, it's downstairs in my freezer. So all I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna show this to you. I'm gonna let this finish cooking up. I can take a picture and snap a picture. I'll actually share the recipe too with y'all, but this will cook up. I will dice a tomato and add that at the end, and I will go get some corn. It actually calls for a can of corn, 1 cup of canned corn, and I don't usually have canned corn, so I use frozen corn, and it's really good, really tasty and really good. Okay. And then the other thing I'm gonna add to that, since that's totally a vegetarian dish, right? That sweet potato rice, is I'm gonna add a packet of the pea protein. This is one of our enrichables. We have kale and fiber as well. Neither of them have a taste or a texture. This does have a color, it's green. So if you wanna make monster muffins or whatever, or St. Patrick's Day, it'll be great. But anything that's darker. So I put this in brownies. Kids love them. I just recently told my 18-year-old that it has kale and fiber in it, and he was kind of surprised and okay with it. It goes good in any kind of chocolate dessert, right? Because of the color. It goes good in taco meat. So anything that you want to add a little veggies to. The pea protein is yellow. It's made from yellow peas. And y'all, this is great in muffins and pancakes. It helps to just get your tummy a little fuller for longer because that protein. So I'm gonna add this in kind of as I'm finishing that up. So let's look at our pies. I'm gonna put a little trivet down here. Oh, that's the messy one that was overfilled. Look at that. Don't those look pretty? I guess they're all kind of coming out a little bit. I'm gonna get a plate here when we're done. But don't those look pretty? They're hot, hot. They smell really good too. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna move this over because I wanna bring down our quick cooker, and I probably shouldn't move the quick cooker while it's under pressure. Let me stop it. Oh shoot, I should have showed y'all that. Did you see how it's coming out? Let me try to bring it down. So you can see that little red pressure indicator is still popped up. This is the steam releasing. Once that steam is completely out, that pressure indicator drops and I can open the lid. Let me grab one thing and I'm gonna show you. This is our salad chopper. Love it. You didn't see me making a salad today. These are also fantastic for shredding your meats, especially in the quick cooker because it reaches down really nice for that. The other thing I was gonna show you, and I forgot to pull out, right here. This is another type of meat shredder. If your husband has a smoker like mine, they're magnet together, so they stay together. But these are great even for lifting up like a ham or turkey or chicken out of a pan, but it's also great for shredding because they kind of overlap into each other. So these are our quick shreds. So if your husband has a smoker, this might be a good Valentine gift. Or if you are a gentleman joining us and you have a smoker, get yourself a Valentine gift, right? All right, so here we go. We are getting all of this steam out. Sometimes that steam builds up. It takes a minute to get it out, right? So all we're gonna do here is just take, you see those 4 blades? This will just shred up the chicken because those chicken, you saw those breasts, they were pretty big. It was 2 pounds worth of chicken. And I think we are good to go. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to totally, looks good, y'all. I just want you to see. Look at that chicken breast. Doesn't that look pretty? Okay, let me just bring the camera over. I don't know. Can you all see that? Doesn't it look yummy? I wish you could smell it because it smells really, really good. So all I'm gonna do to wrap things up is I'm gonna just take my salad choppers, and actually I'm gonna try to see if you guys can see this. Like as I am just chopping, it's almost like making that chicken into strips, right? And I can just make it, you can make it into strips, like in this case for fajitas, or if you want to keep chopping, you can make it more of a chopped chicken too, if you wanted to put it in taco shells. So anyway, just to recap, blender, quick cooker, air fryer, cookware, all the tools to make a dinner come together very, very quickly. And I'll tell you what, if you have any questions about any of these, keep commenting, keep asking. You can certainly place an order anytime. Your host order link is in the pinned announcement at the top of the party group. If your list is getting a little long, maybe you're like, what am I gonna get now? Maybe I'll just get this and this now. Consider hosting your own party. Y'all, the host rewards are amazing. We have fun along the way, but you can also earn free products and discounts. Plus, your host from tonight will want to invite as well because she'll get or he'll get to pick a 40% off item at your party as a bonus because for booking from her or him. And then it's like another cooking class too, right? So there are still going to be more posts in the next few days. And if you have any questions, continue to comment because this is a prize post. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time in case you weren't able to jump on from the beginning. And I will do a drawing from the people who commented on this post. It'll just be a bonus drawing. Okay? Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to be your consultant. Have a fantastic rest of your evening.